Chicken Guardian. Hey guys, Chicken Guardian's Adventures. Sorry about the mess in the background, but I'm sorting out my bedroom. So the only place I could go because of the size of this was on the bed, because I've got no room at the minute, a table or anything. Eventually I will set up properly for that sort of thing. Okay, so we're going to do the unboxing. Okay, the PlayStation 5 digital. It's taken me 4.5 months of going every day, every night, and only sleeping for 2 hours every time it drops. Okay, so as you know by the thumbnail, it says, I'm sorry, I'm just trying to sort out this, all this stuff's coming up when it shouldn't be. Right, so I can't see you guys. So first we're going to do a little bit of how I got to this point on the 17th of February. Now, if you don't know, my birthday's on the 19th, so my aim was to get it by the 19th, no matter what, right? Except I would never go to scalpers. I would never try and buy it off Facebook or anything like that. I would stick to the shops. A lot of people are saying, why is it so popular? Why is the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S so popular? Well, half of it's because of lockdown and because we've got a lot of gamers, but the other half as well is because of the amount of scalping that's happening. It makes it popular because inside every human, what you can't have or you can't get, you know, it makes you want it more. And if one person in the school gets a pair of trainers and it's dope and good and all that, then everyone has to get them trainers. So that's one of the reasons. So with me, if you don't know, I'm autistic with learning difficulties. I also have word and number blindness, so it's very hard for me to read or write or anything. So it started in November. I had point E. I pre-ordered my PlayStation 5 digital. I will explain to you why I went for a digital. It's your choice what you go for, Xbox, digital. I've got an Xbox Series X. If you look down in one of the videos, you'll see the unboxing of that. I will explain more about that when I do the review on the digital. So I have an appointee. Because I'm word and number blind, it's very difficult for me to pay bills and sort out money and even understand money at all. I don't. I'm totally confused. Being autistic, it makes it harder. That's all. It's just different, right? So anyway, so I told my appointee I've got a pre-order. It's coming out on the 19th of November, so the payment needs to be in my account by that time. However, they went on holiday, and of course, my pre-order, they tried to take the money out 16 times, which I got charged each time. I thought the money was in there because I can't see if it's in there or not. I assumed that what they said it would happen happened. So I had gone unnoticed. So comes the 19th, doesn't turn up. So my care worker comes, we ring up, and they said, no, we cancelled it because we couldn't take the money. He says, what do you mean, you've had a month? What do you mean you couldn't take the money? And they went, there's no money. So I phoned my appointees and they went, oh yeah, I was on holiday, I forgot. So of course, if you are trying to look for a PlayStation, you know how hard it was from that moment that it come out. If you didn't have a pre-order and you weren't one of the lucky ones to get a pre-order, then boom, life was about to just go, right? So I got one. They just went, oops, here's the money now. Oof, what's the point? How am I going to find one now? December comes and goes, no chance. I went on there, 3.3 seconds, boom, 4.4 seconds, boom. I was putting timers on from when it went live to when it cut out. It was just unbelievable. I had it in my basket at one stage, pressed on to check out, and all of a sudden, in front of my eyes, it disappeared out my basket. It was stolen out my basket. And it said, nothing in your basket. And I was like, but it was in there just 5 seconds ago, right? Because at the time, nobody knew that the bots were doing this and scalpers were around. So up all night, up all day. So in the end, if you've ever been to hospital, you'll know what these are. This is a tag, hospital tag. And this is allergic reaction tag. This is what you get when you go to hospital. Now, I have bowel disease, right? So the pandemic is causing some severe distress, as it is. As you could tell, I'm now thin. Because I was concentrating so much on trying to get PlayStation 5, I became very sick. My bowel disease became worse. I became in a lot of pain. I became exhausted. I forgot to eat and drink because I was up all day. I'd have 2-3 hours kit early in the morning from 5 till 7. Then I'd be up again and I'd be there on the site, going on Twitter, trying to find things. Remember, I can't read or write, so I had to use like Alexa's, like the Google accounts, like everything to read it for me, so it was a lot slower. So by the time everyone tweeted, it's gone live, they've read it, it's gone live, Argos or wherever it was too late. By the time I got them to read it, it was too, because you have to read it and stuff, so it was too late. So it came to the point where all I was doing was getting up, sitting, have a bath, have a shower, change clothes, back on there, get up, have a shower, change clothes, back on there. I forgot to drink, I forgot to eat. So I was so stressed out as well. And I was saying, I mean, have you guys ever figured it, how it goes really quick time when you're busy and everything's on top of you? So it's like 1 minute it's light, next minute it's dark, and you think, oh, it's only dark because it's winter, you know, just ignore that, right? And then one day I got up and I just went down, bang, and I couldn't get back up. I went to hospital and I was dehydrated and severely underweight. I lost over stone of weight and became very sick. So people go, but it's only a console. Yeah, to most people who's not a gamer, it's only a console, but to gamers, it's not only a console. So let me tell you, like the PlayStation 5 store, the PlayStation store, right? Some people do it month to month, year to year, right? So each month you're not on there getting PlayStation 5 games, you're losing out, right? So you're literally paying for last gen's games to play rather than this gen games. So you think about it, it's like £49 for PlayStation Plus and then £46 something for PlayStation Now, right? So it's sort of like you've got all that going and you're still playing the last gen games when the community's starting to go over to PlayStation 5 community. So, and you're not allowed to. It's not like you can share, because people tried to share if they were on PlayStation 4 the games with PlayStation 4 Pro, and they were being banned. Then you've got PlayStation Now and that on YouTube playing, oh, guess what the new games are for this month? If you don't download this PlayStation 5 game, you'd lose out and you'd have to pay 70, 80 quid on top of your descriptions, because like they're taking it off, and then next month they're putting these on. You can only get it free for a month. So what started happening was I started to feel, oh my God, I'm going to be left out. Where in the end it's going to cost me a lot more money because they're putting it on the free, I've already paid to download it when it comes free, but I can't because you can only download it on the PlayStation 5. So I became in this rut. I need to get the PlayStation 5 to get the games before they take them off each month. And so Microsoft, PlayStation and Microsoft should really consider that there's quite a lot of people who haven't got their consoles yet, and maybe they should slow down a little bit on taking things off and putting new things onto the descriptions, whatever you want to call it, because the free games we're paying for. So we're paying for it, but we can't do it because you have to download it on the next gen, but we can't stop it because we've already paid a year or 2 years in advance. And some people do that because it's easier for us to do that than just pay £8 a month. You know what I mean? Because that's more expensive in the long run. And if it's done, it's out the way, then you don't have to think about it for another year. So we're literally paying to watch the free games go by. And then when it comes out, when you eventually do get it, it's going to cost high prices. When, hold on a minute, the reason why we go for these subscriptions is so we can get these free games, because we can't afford, it's cheaper to buy the subscription than it is, and play the free games, than it is to buy the actual £70 discs or downloads. Do you know what I mean? So, and then they have special offers each month. Like if you're on, say, Red Dead 2 Redemption, and all of a sudden it'll be like, for this month only, it's like $4.99, and if you buy the bundle or the gold or whatever, you buy like the extras, like the add-ons, it's only $2.99 for the next month. So everyone's going, oh, I really need that because I play that. I don't, but some people might play that and they'll be like, I really need that because. So it gets you. Do you know what I mean? So not only are you trying to fight to get the PlayStation 5, not only are you wasting your money while you're waiting for the PlayStation 5, for all the PlayStation 5 offers to go, you're paying to let Sony and Microsoft just go with the PlayStation 5 and Xbox games, right? And yes, it's backwards compatible. But again, if you really wanted to play backwards compatible games, then you might as well play it on the PlayStation 4 Pro or the Xbox One, right? You want the next gen games to play. You want to feel everything that machine can give you, right? The prize, if you like, for saving up for 7 years. You know, that's what you want. So they don't help when they do great offers each month and then take it away, and nobody can get the PlayStation 5. Now, I'm not saying to them, stop the offers. What I'm saying to them is maybe do the offers for 2 months instead of 1, so some more people can get hold of them. Maybe, I don't know, make more machines for people and make it illegal for scalpers, and actually get proper gamers who've been, like the subscriptions. If you've been a subscription owner and you've done it for years on your PlayStation Pro, then surely Sony should offer you a chance for you to register, and they see how much you've paid for your prescriptions, how much you've been on Sony's website, and then say, like, Sony Direct, right? A lot of Americans can get their PlayStations from Sony Direct, yet we can't here in the UK. And I think that's unfair, considering, you know, the UK normally is more for Sony than it is for Xbox, although last month Xbox was sold more than any other console, whether it's because they could get and play just at least one next-gen game rather than, I don't know, but so, or it could be a load of trash and they're just trying to say that. Like, I don't believe this chip shortage. I believe that they didn't realise, Sony did not realise, or Xbox, how big this was going to be, and they've done a shortfall, and instead of looking like idiots and dummies, because to be fair with you, they've got big corporations, they should have some smart people up there saying, you know what, I think this year, because of the pandemic, we're going to need more consoles. Do you see what I mean? And there's going to be scalpers and there's going to be all sorts. By now, they should know. This is what the 5th generation, they should know. Honest to God, they should know. Right? So, people who say it's just a console, then I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be gaming. Right? So, because it's not. It's more than that. It's about getting the games because you're paying for the subscriptions. It's like if I said to you, if you're a non-gamer and I said to you, give me 46 quid for the year, you're going to want to know why and what you're going to get out of it. But imagine we're paying Sony and Microsoft money to play the same games we were playing last year. That don't make sense, does it? Do you know what I mean? We pay the money so we can have a chance to play the new games, the up-and-coming games. That's the point. Or the games that most people can't afford because it's £70 each, which I think is a rip-off, but there you go, right? So either Sony and Microsoft should suspend or give us a chance to suspend our subscriptions until we get hold of a PlayStation 5, or they should compensate us by giving us an extra year or something like that. Something to compensate so people don't feel like they're losing out. Because they're not only losing out on the next gen, they're losing out on the games that are coming out, they're losing out on their subscriptions, they're paying good money for last gen games. So people are going to panic. Oh my God, if I don't get it this month, they're going to end up, it's going to be 70, 80 quid and I can't afford that. I need to get one. And the stress and the amount starts to pile and pile and pile. And you end up like me. And if you are sick, I'm not going to tell you it wasn't worth it. I'm not going to do that because it is worth it. To me, it was worth it. What? You're saying, what, being sick was worth it? Yeah. To me, all this was worth it. All of it. And I'll tell you why. Because although I saw the most horriblest of humans, their behaviour, it came out of them through their pauses. I also saw the most courageous, the most strongest, the most kindest of humans as well in the gaming community. How the gaming community got together, how people put aside their Xbox and PlayStations and problems to help each other out. And as for scalpers, scum of the earth. But there's only 2 types of people I class. And remember, I'm autistic, so I see things different, right? But there's 2 types of people that will go to a scalper. A coward who hasn't got the strength, who hasn't got the power, and I don't care. Call me all what you like. I can't read. So you carry on trolling me in the, because my care workers that read it will not tell me what you're writing if it's bad. So go ahead. They're cowards because you're not going to stay up all night. You're not helping others. When you buy from a scalper, you're making it harder for a lot more gamers that you portray to be, right? So you're a coward. There's people who staying up all night collapsing like me. I'm not, believe it or not, but my story, at the end of this, you'll hear stories like this coming out of the woodwork. People feeling depressed, people becoming, I've had enough, I can't take it no more. People becoming so stuck. So to me, if you can't go online and say no to a scalper and say, you know what, this is going to be the most hardest product I am going to fight for. If you're a coward and all you want to do is splash your cash and just go to a scalper because you're too cowardice to be up and down all night, to stand with the gaming community, to fight with the gaming community. Because yes, it's really stressful. Yes, it's really sad when you put your finger in the basket, you're just about to get it and you don't. And then you hear someone else got one and it was like, well, hold on a minute, I'm in the same area as you. How come I didn't and you did? It makes your self-esteem become low. It makes your depression become more low because it makes you feel you're not good enough. It makes you feel that everyone else deserves it and you don't. And that's when the bad thoughts start coming in and stuff. And if you have a little bit of depression or mental health issues, this is going to affect it badly. But then when you get online and there's people there saying, don't worry, I'm still going to be here 24/7 to help you. Don't worry, I just because I've got one, I'm going to be there. I'm going to give you all the advice I can give you. I'm going to give you all the strength I can give you. I'm going to give you all my time. That's when you sit back and you think, yeah, there's people out there who are willing to take the time, who are willing to tell me how to get a PS5 and stand by me when I'm down. So when you sit there and you go, you know what, I feel alone. In the gaming community, you say that, they're all there for you. Don't worry, we'll help you. It doesn't matter if the bot's got this lot. Sod them. We'll stay here. We'll help you. But if you're a coward and you've got nothing in you, you just want to take your money. I don't care if you can afford it. I don't care if you've got it in the bank and it doesn't matter. I don't care. It's not the point. Use that extra money to a charity that really needs it at the minute. Like families that have got children that can't hardly feed their children. If you're getting a disc version for 500 quid and you're paying £10,000, use that extra money, whatever that extra money is, and give it to someone who needs it. Give it to a charity that's helping families through the pandemic, that people can't afford funerals because their families have died of COVID-19. Help them. Don't be giving it to scalpers who's let's say, saying to you, we're doing it because we do give to charity. No, you don't give to charity because you can't prove it. And even if you give it to charity, if you stopped taking off people in the first place, it's like robbing Peter to feed Paul. You can't do that. It doesn't justify what you're doing. You're making people's mental health worse. If you do give it to charities, you're making the charities more because the mental health system more, the NHS more, because what you're doing is you're making it harder for people to get the consoles, which means that their depression's harder, their self-esteem's lower. So it's like you stabbing someone and then put in for a charity to fight crime, knife crime. I'm autistic and I think that's a bit doodah. Anyway, so that's one of the cowards. The second one is parents. Dumb parents who have been had by their children. You should not be a parent if your kid tricked you into paying a scalper 900 quid. Because what you should have done was gone online, gone on YouTube. You should have done your research first. Hold on a minute. If your son or daughter comes up and says, I want a PlayStation 5, here's a person who sells it. It's like £9,000 or £10,000 or it's $1,000 or whatever it is, what country you're in, EU or wherever. The first thing you should do is go online and find out what this thing is and how much it costs. So if you didn't, I've seen a lot, and I'm telling you, I've seen a lot of YouTube videos of 12-year-olds who have tricked their dads into driving them for 100 miles, hundreds and hundreds of miles, to pay £1,000 for a console in the middle of nowhere, at the back of a pub or in a like in a station or something like that where there's no people or anything. And they actually give the money. They actually, the parent doesn't stand there and go, "Here's a shifty looking geezer. He's just lifted up his nice big black sedan car, whatever it is he's got, lifts it up, and out pops a PlayStation 5, and he wants 1,300 for it, and you've just drove and spent how much on your petrol?" I mean, if that doesn't resonate with you, you should not be parents. Seriously, you should go and get help. So they're the only two that the scalpers are looking for. But I'm warning you, scalpers, your days are numbered. It's over. So you try and panic as much as you can. Another thing is scalpers are now starting to think they're smart. What they're doing is they're making Twitter accounts saying, "I will help you get a PlayStation 5. And then what they do is they say, "Oh, Argos is dropping all that." Then they say, "Oh, look, they're on the streams as well," saying, "Oh, look, I've got a spare one that I picked up the other day. If you meet me, I could sell it to you, but I want a bit more money. But if you really want it, you'll pay that 800 quid. That's a scalper. If anyone offers you after the drop and you're on a stream and someone offers you, "I've got a spare one," how many people are trying to get one, let alone have a spare one? So either they're greedy and they took it off you. So the way you've got to think of it is, if that person in that stream didn't get that second one, that could have been yours. That could have been yours at the time. But because that person went on, there's like another person who'll say on there, like, "Yeah, I want to get one for my friend. I want to get one for this." Then you see him on the next stream, because I keep an eye on all the streams now, because I think these people who do live streams at the drops, the real people, not the ones who are trying to take your money, but the real ones who say, "If you can donate, donate," rather than force you to donate for you to ask a question. They're thieves just as bad, and you need to stop with them, because they're doing it to get money. That's all they're in for. They're not in for your best interest. It's the people who give you the stream for free and then say to you, "If you can, donate." So most people say, "If I get one from your stream, then I will donate." That's fair enough. That's like, quid pro quo, if you like, right? Which is a good thing to have. So I've seen quite a few people say, "Oh, I haven't got a PS5. I can't wait to get one. When's the thing happening? When's it going live?" And the scalpers are using the streams, right? And then what happens is that they wait, and they get it from one stream. You see them in one stream, then you see them in the other stream, right? And they're saying, "Oh yeah, I'm looking for the PlayStation 5, which then I go, "Oh, congratulations that you got your PlayStation 5 the other day," which then everyone goes, "What do you mean?" "Oh yeah, I want to get one for my boyfriend. I want to get one for my girlfriend. I want to get one for my cousin, my little brother, my little sister." Crock. Because let me tell you something, right? Once you've got one, you should help others to get one. You shouldn't be going in the queue, because you go in that queue, then you're taken from someone who hasn't got one, and you've already got one. If your brother or sister or cousin or auntie or uncle or great-grandfather or whoever wants one, and you're doing it for them, then you should say to them, "I've got one, so why don't you come and play mine, and then I'll show you how to do it. Go online and do it yourself." But a scalper, straight after the Argos drop, there was a lot of people, especially the very drop. Oh my God, don't even get me started on the very drop. I put the timer on, 3.3 seconds, it went out of stock. 3.3 seconds. So if you got one from Very and you got one fast, well done, you beat the bots, and you should be proud of yourselves. You really should be proud of yourselves, because it was 3.3 seconds and then it all shut down. So well done if you got one from Very. Well done. You should be proud, right? But as soon as Very dropped, finished, I'd seen the stream and everyone's going, "It's okay, calm down, let's find out what's going on." And everyone was consoling everyone who didn't get one and stuff like that, and says, "Don't worry, we'll still be here for you." And then one person, out of all the stream comes out with, I've got a spare one. If you can drive down and make it to this certain place, which I'm not saying the name, I've got a spare one. So either they took 2 in their baskets, which is impossible because now they're not allowed to, it's only 1 per person per household. So you can only go on 1 credit card. You can only use that 1 credit card. Right? And then it'll be cancelled. If you try and use that credit card for any more, it'll be cancelled. So you would need 3 or 4 credit cards if you want 4 consoles, right? So either you've got 2 from that place, which is impossible, virtually impossible. I'm not saying it is impossible because bots find ways all the time, but it's virtually impossible as a physical human being to be able to get 2 in your basket. So think on about that. And then next minute, don't worry if you, because they read all the desperate ones. Most of them say like, oh, I've been trying for months. I can't do this no more. I'm exhausted. I work hard, like 14 hours a day, or I do a night shift, or I do a day shift. And by the time it drops, it's always too late. I can't do it no more. Or I've got school, or I've got college, and I've got to be online 5 o'clock this morning. And they pick on the people and say, oh, I've got spare one, but you have to give me £900 because I'm going to have to go out my way to get it. But if you've got it, you can have it. It's only spare one. And then they'll be on the next day. I've got a spare one. How could you have got a spare one twice? That's when you start to realise. Just please be very careful at that, okay? So now for the big reveal. What should we do first? Should we do the unboxing of the stuff, which you've seen thousands of, or should we do the unboxing of the PlayStation 5? Now, I'm doing this video as an unboxing, but not as a technical, or there's been a lot of people on there that could tell you the ray tracing, that could tell you everything else like that. I'm not here for that. I'm here because I'm going to be doing content on my PlayStation 5. I'm going to be inviting people on, blah, 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 blah. And hopefully this time, in a couple of months, there'll be a lot more people, because I'm not going to stop helping. I'm going to keep going and going and going and going. Okay? So let's go. Should we go straight to the unboxing? Because we know what these are, don't we? We know like what they do. So there's enough boxing out there. There's enough out there to let you know, and blah, 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 and all the boring stuff. So I'll just tell you what I got, okay? So I got an extra controller. Now, I got these in December when there was quite a lot of them, and I pre-ordered. All this I got was pre-ordered, and I've had it here since. And it is now February 18th. Tomorrow being my birthday. So here we go. Right, ready? So I also got the remote. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, that's a bit of a waste of money. Being autistic, I've got this thing about everything has to have everything in place. Like, I've got the VR. So I had to get before I got the PlayStation 5, I got the adapter for the VR, because I want to play on my PlayStation 5. And I'll be doing lots and lots of contents and videos. But at the minute, I'm concentrating. This is why I haven't done many YouTube videos yet, because I'm concentrating on getting people. I'm up all night and I'm up during the day still getting people help with PS5s and Xbox Series X's. I'm giving them advice. I'm going out to the shops, finding out, phoning, finding out shops. I've actually... my care worker's going to have a go at me, because since I've started doing that, my phone bill's gone up a bit and I'm not very happy. But hey ho, what can you do? You've got to help people, innit? So take a bit of sacrifice. Then I got pre-ordered the headset. Now, there is a lot of headsets out there, and everyone's saying to me, why would you go for the headset? The Xbox Series X and S has got they've got the new headset, right? I've got OCD, so I like everything to match and everything. I'll show you my setup. It's black and white because everything's black and white. and then I've got the colours like the blue around like that, but everything. So I needed to get the right headset. Number two is the fact that because I don't understand numbers and things like that, I could pick up the wrong headset and pay a lot of money that wouldn't work on the next gen, because we've had 7 years of the PlayStation and the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So we've had many years to fail and build up and get the headset for that then. So I had to get this headset because I know it works on the PlayStation 5. I got insurance on it as well, 3 years insurance. So if anything goes wrong, send it back, get a new one. Same with this. I got 3 years insurance on it. Now, there's a lot of people saying they're being damaged and stuff, and you have to pay to send it to PlayStation and all that. But with my insurance, I send it back and they send me a new one. So it's Bubble. I don't know if you've heard of it. I'm not sponsored by them, but Bubble's a good thing that you can put all your stuff under. And I would recommend you insure them. Insure all your electricals and stuff. I would recommend it. But it's up to you, like I said. And then the camera. Now, you know, I was looking, and this is going to sound stupid, but have you ever watched Wall-E, the film? Right? That looks like Wall-E and Eva, right? But if you put this, it looks like two eyes and that. If you put this on top of the PlayStation, it looks a lot like Eva. It really does. And that looks like Wall-E. So, do you know what I mean? And they look like, you know, the creatures that hunt for Wall-E and for Eva, that fly around killing them. It just reminds me of Wall-E, all of it. The only thing I didn't get was the charger because it kept going out. But I was recommended these. I will be doing a separate video on these. I'll show you close up. I will be doing a separate video on these because I do like the design. It looks futuristic, doesn't it? Can you see? It colours, the different colours. You can put different colours. It's got the PlayStation colours. I don't know if it works or not yet. Like I said, I haven't opened anything. It came from Amazon. It looks good, doesn't it? I mean, it looks more futuristic than even the PlayStation 5 one. But you couldn't tell that it wasn't the original PlayStation 5. I will eventually get the original one just to add to my collection. But I thought this looks kind of cool. So we can try it. Do you know what I mean? All right. Are you ready? Now, I got this on the 17th at 4 in the morning. And it was delivered to me by 11 o'clock. So, got it from Amazon. It came with this bag, nicely sealed. There was no damage on the bag, as you can see. It's pretty good of them to give us it. So, let's break the bag. Now, I've not seen this box, so if it looks open or anything like that, I'm going to be peeved or damaged because I do collect boxes, put my boxes, as you can see up there, because I'm moving the room around at the minute and sorting out because PlayStation 5 is bigger than I thought it was. When people do it online, it doesn't look that big to me. So, here we go with the struggling. This is when you need two people. Here's the back. You've all seen, the reason why I'm not doing a close-up is we've all seen the back. We've all seen all the blah, 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 blah. I can't read it anyway. We've all seen the front of it. We've all seen, right? We want to see. I tell you something, guys. I know I'm underweight, but geez, this is heavy. So here's the digital. Why did I get the digital? Well, number one, sometimes you don't have a choice. Sometimes a PlayStation 5 is a PlayStation 5. And I don't understand these people that says, oh, I'm not having the bundle. Unless it's the price because they can't afford it because they've only just saved up 500 for the disc version or whatever. But to me, The bundles I can understand. If someone says, yeah, I don't want an extra charger, I don't want an extra this, you could exchange it and get like someone will buy it off you. It's brand new. Do you know what I mean? But I don't understand these picky people, right? But I specifically went for a digital because I think this is the future. I really do. I think digitals, they're going to force everything to go digital. And Sky have told me that they're going to get rid of their dishes and do everything digital as well. So slowly, everything's going to go digital. So I'd rather have the digital one already, and that way I don't have to rush out and buy the digital and go to my disc one, go into... And I've got the Xbox Series X, and that's digital. So if I want to watch any... I've got my computer as well, so technically I don't need it for anything. Do you know what I mean? So here's your PlayStation 5, right? I'm not going to go into all the cores because you already know all that, but I tell you something, guys, it's heavy. Heavy. So it's sealed and sealed. There's a little bit of damage at the bottom of the box. Can you see? Which I think is unfair. It's not very secure. So at all, it feels like if you lifted it up, it feels like if you lift it up like that, it's going to snap underneath. So I wouldn't recommend you touching this. To be honest, the Xbox had more superior feel and felt like they cared more about the player's experience of unboxing, like a Christmas present. I think it does go back to the times of presents and that, making you excited. It's harder to peel off as well, which I suppose the Xbox wasn't. And then everyone says that the Xbox experience was more better because it was like opening a present and finding a present wrapped. It just felt like they spent more time thinking about it. So you've got this flimsy box that could rip, which I hope it doesn't. Now, I've seen people struggle with this, so I think I'm probably going to struggle as well. Hopefully not, but you never know. I'm telling you guys, it weighs. Oh, see what I mean? How flimsy that is. Look, this is a double bed and it's filled up already. Now look at this. Look how flimsy that is. That's going to break. Look. See that? So be careful, guys. Look at the damage. Look. Where it's made like that. To be fair, you know, for someone who collects boxes, because I like to keep everything new and stuff, it's really like, look at this. Look at that. At least the Xbox box was solid. This is like... And everyone goes, oh, but it's the outer shell. But no, because what if you're moving or something like that? You want to keep it secure, don't you? So, oh, I've got ideas as well. I'm going to tell you about what to do with some of the packaging if you don't want to keep the box. Keep an eye on that. Because if you don't know, I also have got allotments. So, keep an eye. I'll be telling you through in this video. Okay, here it comes. Do you know what? I've been through a lot and back to get this. My heart's pounding. I'm shaking. Look. Okay, stay calm. So, we've got... Right, let's take this box out. Again, struggling to take out a box, whereas and it's already open, and yet the Xbox, so let me come closer to you guys. The Xbox, it was a lot easier. It was just on top. You didn't have to take this out and then have to put it back in. So let's have a look what's in here. The instructions. Okay. Their books were separate. Okay. I get my care worker to read every single bit of this just to spite them. I know I shouldn't, but I've got to get my laughs from somewhere, ain't I? Right, so let's have a look at this. So you've got your destructions, which is good to keep in your box. You've got your power, which is the 8, the figure 8 one, same as the others. Like I said, I'm not doing the blah, blah, blah and the USB, HSD. Everyone knows that. You've got your charging cable. So where's the... I'm missing a cable. I'm missing the HDMI cable. And it's with the stand. How stupid's that? Instead of putting it in with your cables, you put it in with the stand. Right, so that's blank. It hasn't even got anything in it. So how do I know that's real? That's a real cable. That's the... On the Xbox one, it's got like indentations, and when my care worker read it out, it was like high speed. It was 2.1.2, whatever it is, cable. But this is nothing. This is just a blank cable. How do we know that they're not tricking us? I mean, there's been saying that they tricked us about how actually good this bad boy is, innit? Do you know what I mean? So how do I know they're not tricking me with that? Fools. You pay enough money, you struggle. And then we've got the famous stand. Yeah, guys, have you ever heard of those stands that cool your system down? If I had to pay extra money to cool my system down, I'd be phoning Sony saying, why am I paying all this money for you to give me a console that cools itself down when I have to buy extra cooling fans? And the answer to that is you don't. If it's heating up, then either you're storing it wrong, your console, or there's something wrong with your console. They put enough money into it to make it right. So, and here's our stand. Oh, nobody's ever said they've got rubber. It's rubber. It's rubber here. Because I was wondering if it's plastic, would it scratch the bottom because it's easily scratched? But no, it's this bit here is not plastic, it's rubber. And you've got rubber here. And then you've got the twist. Let me see the twist. I wanted to do that. Look at that twisty thing. Look, you twist it, look. Ain't that cool? I know everyone says, oh, the Xbox, you just put it down or put it across. But, you know, maybe in the future they're going to bring out a better, bigger stand or a different stand. And wouldn't it be good if you could keep your PlayStation but just change your stand? Maybe they'll do different colour stands and stuff like that. We're going to do it standing up, I think. Yeah, we're going to do it standing up. But I'm not going to bore you with that because there's enough videos of that on there anyway. And then, so that's that one. So that can get boxed in. Here it is. 4 months. The most important, the heart of any console is the controller. This is the heart. This is the steering wheel. Right? This doesn't work. That's just a brick. Oh my God. It's lighter than I thought it would be. The Xbox Series X. They look nothing alike. Look, guys. They look nothing alike. They're saying they're the same shape, and I was a bit worried about that because I do like the dual sensors, to be fair, of the PlayStation 4 Pro. Because these go, if you look, these go up and down like that, and it's a bit harsher where I like it. My brain figures it out better when it's side to side. But it's nothing like it. The weight, exactly the same. Although that should have more weight to it because it has more in. That's exactly the same. The interface is fatter. I'll give it that. But this feels more. As you guys know, I've never had an Xbox. So to me, this is all new regardless. I've always had PlayStations because I've liked the games like Horizon and all that sort of stuff. You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong, I like some of the games on there, but there's only like 2 or 3 so far. But the reason why I got it is because in the future, they're going to be bringing out and they're going to cross-gen probably loads of games. Maybe Horizon come on there, but because it's Windows as well, like Microsoft, I'm hoping that one day they put World of Warcraft on there. They did. They said they'll never do a DVD like a movie. They did a movie, and it's brilliant. If you haven't seen it, go watch the movies. I am a movie collector. I've got 2,500 of DVDs of box sets of TV programs from 1949 of comedy TV programs. That's what I collect. I also do Disney's and cartoons and stuff, but I do like the collection. But yeah, I've got loads of 60s, 70s, 80s, like Bless This House and Not On Your Nelly. She's an autistic person who talks just like we do. And to be fair, I was sitting and everyone was laughing, and I was saying, what are you actually laughing at? And they would turn around saying, Chip, don't you see it? And I goes, no, what? And they were like, she talks a lot like you do. You get things muggled up, you say things all muggled and stuff like that, like fluff the ball, stuff like that. And they thought it was a skit, but to me, I just think they're showing you what autistic people talk like. You know, it was normal to me. So let's go. It's quiet. That's what I like. Now, I know a lot of people say that with the Xbox Series X controller, it's clicky. Can you hear it? Let me put it close. It was bugging me. That bugs you. It really does. You have to put earphones on just so you can't hear it. But this, listen, it's quiet. That's what I like, the quiet. And the pan. Oh yeah, that moves. Oh, cool. Oh, I've just pressed the button that came on. Okay, oops, I hope I haven't done something bad. Right, to be fair, my hands are starting to sweat and I don't sweat. So maybe we need something rubber. But it's just the same. Just the same as it all. It's all silky and rubbery. For someone who sweats, you know, like if people, like most people who play games, they get hot, they get bothered, they sweat, especially in the summer. This would be very uncomfortable for them. They'd be like this every 5 seconds. So maybe looking into getting something rubber or something that will take the sweat away from the hands, because the heat. They said it was white. It looks grey to me, but that's just might be my eyes. To be honest with you, the colour looks good. The feel looks good. But it's wider than the Xbox. So I've got average size hands, so it's wider than the Xbox. It's more comfortable. It doesn't hurt as much. I can have it in my seat in here, and then I can just relax it. Yeah, that's it. And then you've got, see, this is what I like, because when it's up there, you have to sort of, I'll show you, right? So with this one, when you're up there with the controller, you have to sort of like move your finger and you flick, because you have to sort of move it up and have it sort of like tucked in tight, so you're able, and your fingers tight on that, so you're able to sort of like move this around and do that. Whereas this one, you don't. You can just relax. You don't have to tighten it at all here, because it's this bit that holds it, and your fingers just naturally fall. Look, naturally. See? So it doesn't ache as much, because I found my fingers ached on that one, but this one. But then again, like I said, I've only had that a couple of days. So the Xbox Series X for a couple of days. So I'll try it. And like I said, I will be doing, but I'm not one of these people that's going to say, oh, PlayStation's still great and Xbox sod it. At the minute, they're both really good, powerful consoles. If anyone says to me, which one would you recommend? I go, whatever you fancy, you take. Whatever you can get your hands on at the minute, get. If you can't get the PlayStation 5, get the Xbox to keep you busy, keep you stress-free, so you can get your PlayStation 5. And if you can afford the two, get the two. Do you know what I mean? If you can't, you choose. Try both out and then sell one. You know, see what's up and coming. Wait a while. It's up to you. It's your money, your life, and you know you better than anyone knows you. Your unconscious will know you. Whatever makes you happy in this day and age, in this world, then you go for it. I'm not going to say Xbox is better than PlayStation. I'm not going to say PlayStation is better than Xbox. If you're a fanboy of one or fangirl of one or the other, that is your choice. And I appreciate your choice, and I will listen to your choice. I watch Xbox games I watch the Xbox stuff about Xbox and watch people go live, like Xbox Live. I watch PlayStation Live. I watch all that lot, because to be honest, they're two different consoles. So if you had twins that were identical in every way, shape, or form, you would have to look for the personality to be different, or like the way they dress to be different, to make an opinion on them. But if they're identical, the way they look, they sound, their personalities and everything like that, you're not going to be able to choose. They both are great consoles that do great job in keeping people from being depressed through a pandemic. And to me, they both deserve 5 stars for that alone. And even the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4 Pro. Now, when it comes to stats and all that lot, I don't know. I go online to listen to what people say. I hear what they say. I understand what they say. But then to me, I think anything that makes you strong in this world is good, right? So, but like I said, I've holded it for a few minutes and I'm sticky, but I don't sweat. And even in the summer, I can wear this and a jumper and go out with Guardian for a 3-hour walk and not sweat. So, yeah, it looks like I'm going to have to buy something rubbery. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to, the Xbox and the PlayStation, I'm going to eventually, once they do the plates and that, I'm going to customize it, and I'm going to put Guardian's face on my Xbox and that, and Guardian's face on my PlayStation. Should we go for the PlayStation now? Okay. I put that down next to my Pro. Actually, that was kind of good next to the Pro. I wonder if it works with the Pro. I still love my PlayStation 4 Pro as well. I'm keeping that. I'm not getting rid of it. I love all my games. Okay, guys. The moment I've been waiting for. I hope I'm not disappointed. I shouldn't be, should I? You know, it's something I've waited for. And I'm so grateful. I mean, there's people out there that would love to be in my position. Don't worry, guys. You're all going to be here eventually. I as you can see, I became sick. So, but should we have a look? Okay. I'm kind of nervous. I really am. I'm really nervous. Oh, I'll start throwing things around already. See, Action Pro. Right, so let's get this. Oh no, I have to do that first, don't I? Yeah, make sure everything's in. Right, this is what I was saying. If you do seeds or anything like that, and you don't want to keep your packaging, Fill this up with soil, put it on your windowsill, put your seeds and start growing your seedlings for when you put it out in the garden or anything like that. You see that? So you can use these, because it's like an egg box, you can actually use this to grow crest, to grow your seedlings in. You see, so don't waste it, because it's biodegradable. Once you've had your seedlings, it's got little like pockets and stuff that you could do. Once you've done your seedling stuff, yeah, you can put this into the ground with your seedlings, so your seedlings can stay strong in the area. You see, pretty good, eh? So that's just advice, so you don't waste it. Seedlings. I suppose a lot of people have thought that already, but so you seedlings in this, because it's coming to where you're starting to grow your seedlings now. You can put them into your, if you're getting rid of your box, and that is what I'm saying. Here it is. And with this, you can wrap it, the wrapping paper, you can wrap your seedlings and keep them warm in case there's a frost on top, because it's see-through and it'll keep them warm but let the air through. So you can use it like a shield, or you can wrap it round your favourite plant so it doesn't get frosted when it's out, like your greens or something like that. There's enough here to cut it down if you're doing smaller plants or a big tree or something. Just wrap it round to keep it strong. Just remember, there's always a, so it's biodegradable. Oh God, it is heavy, guys. It's really heavy. Guys, to all the people who haven't got one yet, believe me, you're going to get one. You will. Are you ready? I'm so nervous in case I don't like it after all that hard work and collapsing and going into hospital. Can you imagine if it looks really bad? It does look not like on TV. Oh, right. Come on. No. It's going to be good. 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 Right. God, it does weigh a ton now. You know, small baby weighs less than this. Just thought that you know that. Okay. Okay. Looks like a licorice also. Everyone was saying that it looks like that looked like a fridge. I've never, an Xbox looks like a fridge, Xbox Series X. I've never seen a fridge look like that before. But everyone was saying that this looks like a device you get your internet connection with. But it looks like a licorice also. Wow, I like licorice, and they're my favourite. The coconut on top with the... That's made me hungry for a licorice also. That is definitely a licorice also. You know the coke, have you had licorice also? If you're from the United States, then you must have. Everyone's heard of Bassett licorice also. Sorry, I have to put things away. I can't just have it messed up. But that looks like a licorice also. I wonder if everything looks like a licorice also, and I'd be, you know, if you see me this time next year and I'm like 50 stone, you'll know why. Because it's made me hungry for licorice also. Maybe the designer was hungry for licorice all sorts when he designed it. What do you think, guys? I think he could have. Right, so let's close the box, keep it safe. Put the sticker back on it so it keeps it strong, because it's flimsy as anything. Right, there we go, box out the way. Here we go, guys. Here it is. It looks like a licorice also. It does definitely not look like one of them. Alexa, dismiss. She just remind me to take my medicine. It definitely looks like a licorice sort. Look, guys, doesn't it look like that licorice sort? The coconut with the what's that black thing in it called? Licorice. Duh, licorice all sorts. Duh, right? Licorice all sorts. That is a licorice all sort. I'm sorry, but that doesn't look like any. I've never seen an internet connection look like this, to be fair. But I have seen licorice all sorts. Oh God, I'm gonna end up craving licorice all sorts again. If I lose my teeth or anything, God help you, Sony, for doing licorice all sort. So, first impression, definitely a licorice all sort. I'm sorry, but yeah. It's easily marked already. It's just got bits on it. I like the design, to be fair. I polish every day anyway, and it's easy to pick up. I can see these here, the grids. I can see them being a pain in the butt to clean, to be fair. But they say you can pull it out and clean it. So it's definitely got those little things. I'm not going to do a close-up on that because you've seen so many of them bloody videos. It's driving you nuts, isn't it? You know what I mean? And I don't want to be one of them to just sit there and go, all right, another video with blah, blah tracing and blah, blah ray tracing and blah, 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 blah. And those little tiny things, okay, we got it, we got it. I just want one. Sod all the rest of the stuff. I just need one. It's worth it, guys. I'm telling you, for the look, I'm not telling you, I'll let you know more when I play the games on both of them and stuff like that. But I'm telling you, every bit of pain that you go through to get it, it'll be worth it. So just remember, when you're about to give up, remember what you're fighting for. You're fighting for to stop scalpers robbing off people. You're fighting for the next generation of gamers to not have to go through what you're going through. So you're a bit of a martyr, if you like, right? You're a bit of a martyr, okay? We're going to stop scalping. So this way, our next generation, the next generation of gamers, we will stand in the way of protecting them. We will be known as the generation who stopped the scalpers, but also we will be known as the generation that went through this console generation has got so much history that this is going down out of all of them in the history books, because we've gone through a pandemic, we're fighting scalpers, we have to do everything online, everything's shut down, it's hard to get your hands on anything. So, you know, I think this is going to be the most worthwhile, because I have never, ever fought so hard in my life to get something. And trust me when I say I've got a chefing degree, an English literature degree. I had a ghostwriter to read it to me and stuff, and that was hard. It's supposed to take 3 years, but it took me 6 because of my autism. But you can achieve it. It's like this, you can achieve it, guys. It's going to get easier and easier. Now listen, let's put this down, okay? And then I'll put the thing on. I will set it up, and then I will do a game play by play. But listen, guys, it is disheartening. It's exhausting. It makes your self-esteem is really bad trying to find a PlayStation 5. Every time it's a fail. Every moment you spend hours waiting, listening, running through things, and then there it comes on. You click, you're just getting in your basket. So you're like on a roller coaster of emotions. I mean, the mental health part of it, I think the mental health team, if a doctor actually looked at a person's mental health after the failure trying to pick up a PlayStation 5 in your basket, I think it's more when you know it's going to be a drop. You know there's loads and loads. They're saying it's stocked to the Hilton. Don't worry, everyone will get one. and you put it in your basket and it goes through and it says to check out, and then you click it, everything's fine, you've done everything, it's going around, next minute it's nothing in your basket. Why are you clicking on checkout? The heart, the pain, the oh my God, you just want to, I get it, but it's worth it. When you open the box, when you achieve it, a sense, something lifts off your shoulders. I can't explain what it means, but it means like something's doing that all the time, and then all of a sudden it's like someone's let go of you. Do you know what I mean? And maybe that's why people who've already got one end up bagging quite a few, because they're not as desperate, they're not as panicky, because your hands start to sweat, you start to get confused, you want to press everything right, but you're not sure, if I do this, will it block me? If I do that, you go through so much, and then once it's over, and you go, who got one? And there's, I got one, and you didn't, then the thought starts coming into your head. What did I do to not get one? Why me? What did I do? What was it that I done wrong? Like, can someone tell me why I didn't get one when I was just as quick, just as on, just as there as you? So I started timing myself, and I couldn't get any quicker. I picked this up in 4.4 seconds. From start to finish. I listened to everybody, not just one person's advice. I listened to everybody, and I did two different machines I put on my computer, put on the phone, put on the tablet. If there was like two places dropping, I would have like loads of it out, and I would have trained Guardian, because Guardian's trained to press my alarm. I have a full alarm because I keep collapsing, right? So Guardian is trained to press the button. So all I did was get him to divert to press the button on my laptop. So he pressed it, goes now when he presses it. So, and then I run over and I can do the work. So I'll have to show you eventually. I will show you eventually. So, but is it worth it? Yeah, it is for me. For you, I don't know. But for me, so far what I've seen, it's worth it. Do I feel happy I've got it? Very much. I feel grateful. I feel blessed. I also feel guilty. I feel bad, because not because I got it, but because people are going to go through and probably become more sicker than me, because if they didn't get it this month, they have to wait till next month and do this all again, over and over and over. Now I can step back and help people and give them my benefit of how I got from Argos when it was all sold out, how I got one, and I can help people say, maybe if you do my way, it might work. Like, you know, this is the way I did it. It might help you. Some parts of it, you know, might help you, hopefully. And then we can all be gamers and we can all get on. But let me tell you something about YouTube as well. All good YouTube is for teaching you how to build things and how to do things and decorate and what your computers can do, what your consoles can do, what the gaming life is like. All the good it does, it also does bad, and I'll explain. There's been a lot of videos coming out saying that, it's hard to get the chips. It's hard, not me, hard to get the chips that's in the systems. There's a shortage of that. What they're doing, and I think it's on purpose, to be fair, I really do. I think it's bidding up the scalpers, because what they're saying is, Microsoft came out, some lady came out and said, I forget her name now, the chips are, there's less chips, less materials, we're finding it hard, we're trying our best. But what they're saying to scalpers is, keep scalping, because we're not going to put as much out as we can. So you keep scalping and you'll keep getting money until the law steps in. That's what they're saying to scalpers. And I think they're doing it on purpose to keep us interested in trying to fight for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox. There is no other reason why you would let that out. Why would you? And for YouTubers who sit there and say, oh, guess what? They came out saying that there's less chips, so there's not going to be that many consoles, and we thought it was going to be okay come March or April, but now we're saying December time, and we're saying that people, by the time it does come out, it could be so like you still won't be able to get it to 2022. What you're doing is you're telling people go for scalpers because all this hard work, you're not going to get one. It makes me angry. I shout at the TV all the time. You're making me angry. Stop giving them information to people who are going to get frightened that they're never going to get one and go straight to a scalper. You're feeding the scalpers. Just say, yeah, the shortage of chips. How true is that? I don't know. But just keep trying. Don't go to scalpers. But no one says that. They say, oh, you might not get one this year. You might have to wait till next year before you can walk into the stores. You might have to, because there's shortage of chips, we don't know if it's even going to come short yet. We don't know if another pandemic's going to come where we're locked down next year. You're trying to make people feel that there's no hope when there's millions and millions are being done. Of Xbox Series S, X's and PlayStation. If there wasn't, they wouldn't be making more and more each month. They wouldn't be selling the amount they're selling. It makes no sense for a YouTuber who understands gaming and that to sit there and say, I hate scalpers. I can't stand them. Don't buy for them in one breath. And then sit there telling people, by the way, you won't be getting your consoles until way into 2022. They're saying that there's not many shortages of chips. Whether it's true or not, there's other ways of putting it. Look, there might be shortages, there might not. But at the minute, they are bringing in quite a lot each month. So let's not lose hope. Let's not go to scalpers. Let's hang on to the fact that at any time it could change and we could have loads. And let's not speculate when it's coming out, except for let's wait to see what happens after the pandemic. That's the way you could put it, because you didn't even freak me out, and I hate scalpers. But I was thinking to myself, if that's true, and scalpers got 35,000, maybe I should just pay the extra. You had me thinking like that because the way you made me panic that I wouldn't get one till 2022. But this is why I'm doing this unboxing, because you can get one. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying you probably wouldn't collapse. You probably wouldn't go mad. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that you won't be exhausted, starving, and God knows what happens and end up like I am, where I'm having to have biopsies and for my bowels because of the stress. Because of the stress, it's caused my bowel disease to get worse, because you're not supposed to be stressed out because of adrenaline and muscles and whatnot and what to and blah, blah, blah. Whatever, they're doctors, they can decide what's wrong with me. The pain, the anxiety, the depression, the feeling you're not good enough. Oh yeah, it's hard work, but it's worth it. And like I said, only cowards go to scalpers who can't face, I'm going to have to fight for what I want. That's what life's about, though, isn't it? If something, an old lady told me one day when I was young, she said to me, in the home, she turned around and said to me, she was a key worker, but she was like a volunteer. So she was like in her 80s. And she said, I'll tell you one thing I've learned that you should take with you. And I said, what? She went, if I tell you anything, can teach you anything, I want you to keep this. And I went, what? She went, something worth fighting for is going to be the hardest thing that you're going to find to get. But once you get it, you'll know it was worth it. And she's right. Everything I went through, the collapse in the ambulances, the rushing into hospital, the fact they had to put a central line in my neck, for the fact of all that, the pain, the vomiting, the rushing the toilet, the bleeds, all that. so far of unboxing and seeing it for the first time, yeah, it is worth it, guys. It is worth standing up for what you want. If you really want for it, then you go fight for it. And then when you get it, you'll see. You'll feel how I feel. You'll see. It'll be like someone's just taking something away where you can sit up again rather than doing this. And it's soul destroying. It really is. It makes you feel you're not good enough. It makes you feel that whatever you've done, everyone else has done the same thing, yet they got one, why not you? It makes you sit there, think to yourself, what the heck? But only cowards go to scalpers. So if you're a coward, please, by all means, go to a scalper, get money. If you're a parent who's gone to a scalper to give your kids what you want, then you're just an idiot and needs help. You need psychiatric help. Because if your kid can trick you over something so simple, like to go online, you can go on YouTube, put in PlayStation 5 and scalpers, or put in PlayStation 5, how much is it worth it, or anything like that. And you'll have thousands of videos telling you how much it cost, what's worth, is it worth the money, is it worth not, what a scalper is. There is no excuses for you to be a dumb parent or a backwards parent or a parent who doesn't understand. There is no excuse. I'm autistic with learning difficulties. There's no excuse. I found out what a scalper was. I found out was it worth and how much it was worth. So if I can do it, anyone can. You've got Alexa, you've got Google, you've got enough people in the gaming community that you can text, talk to, go on Facebook and say to them, look, like, is it my kid wants this? Should I go to these people? Where's the best place to go? But like I said, if you're being tricked by a 9-year-old kid or a kid of 5, 6 years old, tricking you to go and pay £900 and meet a guy that you don't know and take a console out of the back of a boot, either you're a very bad parent, very bad, and you need to go to parental classes, or you're really, really needing psychiatric help. If your child tricks you into paying £1,000, 900 quid, 800 quid even, for a console from eBay or scalping or anything like that, and you don't look into it, then I worry for your kid's safety. Because what else could they be tricking you to make you believe, oh yeah, I'm going down to my friend's house down the road to stay the night, and really the with a drug dealer or something like that, someone who's going to hurt them, but they don't tell you because you won't know where they are. And then it'll be, oh, my son was I thought he was down the road. Did you check? No. Did you phone the parent? No. They're the only people that go to scalpers. A normal, everyday, smart person will not go to a scalper because they know if you go to a scalper, you're kicking the gaming community in the teeth. Go ahead and tell me, oh, it's supply and demand. No, it's not. Supply and demand, it's when a company makes 50 or something and then says that's all we're making. So once it's out, it's out. We're not making it again. It's a special edition. Then yeah, that's people get it and then sell it on and resell it. That's the point of buying special edition stuff, buying rare coins and stuff like that. Some people flip it, other people will save it and pass it on to their generation and generation and generation. Like I collect World War I and World War II coins, and I've got loads of them, but I'm not selling them. And some are worth a lot of money, but I'm not selling them. I've insured them. I've put them in a special box, and my kids, my grandkids, my great grandkids, they've all got it for when I pass away. They will get it, but they won't be allowed to sell. They can add to it, but they can't sell it. And it will be passed down from generation to generation on our history of World War I and World War II through the coins and through the books. Do you know what I mean? That's what supply and demand is. It's not hurting people. It's not, I'm going to do millions of consoles, but I'm going to screw you over by not just £100 or £200, but I'm going to screw you over and I'm going to make supply and demand. So you lot have to come to me. And now we're in the third reading. If you don't know, we've had the first reading in Parliament. Parliament's agreed that this is not on and this needs to stop. So they're going to go under the ticket law. So the ticket law is where people cannot scalp tickets and sell them in the black market. It's illegal to do that. So if you've got a couple of tickets and you brought them January, but you're too sick or ill, then you're allowed to sell them. But you have to prove that you can't make it to that concert because of either a death or so. If you're going to sell your console, you have to prove that you got to by accident, that you wasn't scalping, that you didn't do it on purpose, and there's so much to do. And unfortunately, the poor police has to deal with people as well. Haven't they got enough to deal with? But I tell you what, the scalpers will be the first to call the police when they're being jumped or attacked by people, and yet they're the ones keeping the police busy. Instead of just going, right, I'm going to stop this now, I'm not doing this no more. For the first month, fair enough, I'm not doing it no more. You're causing the police to have more on their shoulders, which makes it harder for them to come out when you get jumped. So you're just causing more and more distress on the NHS and everything else, with the mental health part of it, the physical part of it. You're worse than just scalping consoles. You're putting people through hell in a pandemic. That's through how police officers, nurses, doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, you're putting through all them because you're adding extra stress with what you're doing. But you'll be the first to ask for any of their help if you need it. So just remember what you're doing. So I hope you enjoyed this video and this little adventure of the PlayStation 5 and what I went through. Trust me when I say I know how you've been with the sick and you're tired and you're exhausted. Please don't go to scalpers, because it's going to be illegal soon. And knowing our luck, you're going to go to a scalper and you're going to get caught, and it's going to be you that gets into trouble. Right? It's hard. It is. But don't listen to the panic on the YouTubers when they say, oh, there's not many ray tracing, whatever chips and all this law. Ignore that. Just follow what you've been doing for the last 4 months. Change it a little bit around. Don't stick. I mean, first sign of madness is doing exactly the same thing over and over and not achieving what you're going to achieve. If you keep want to light a fire because you need to eat, if you keep doing the same thing, it's not going to change the outcome. So change it up a bit. Listen to study a lot of the YouTubers, not just stick to one. Study a lot of them, and then take a bit off there, take a bit off there, take a bit off there. But if they haven't got the PlayStation 5, then just don't have a go at them, but just step back to say, well, obviously if you ain't got the PlayStation 5, you're not really sort of like the best person to get advice off. That's like getting advice off a nun to say, what's it like being drunk? What kind of drink should I drink to get drunk without having a hangover? Do you see what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoyed this video anyway. I'm going to start be doing more and more content on once I've played, which I've been looking forward to. Astro's Game Room. Because I love Astro. I can't wait till they make an Astro toy. I'm hoping they're going to make an Astro toy soon, because I'm going to get it as soon as it comes out, if they don't start scalping that and all. Right, guys? So, like I said, don't give up, guys. Please, don't give up. I will be doing, letting you know how all this goes. I'll be doing a video on it, letting you know me and Guardian's adventures on this. Also, how I pimp up my PlayStation and my Xbox. But like I said, guys, doesn't matter if you're an Xbox player, doesn't matter if you're Microsoft fan person or a PlayStation fan person. If you've got one, think yourself lucky and enjoy it. If you can help people to get one, that would be great. But it doesn't really matter at the bigger scheme of things when we've got pandemic and people dying and family members. I've lost 4, an auntie and 3 uncles so far. So in this last month. So, and please just think a little bit on when you're talking about the chip shortage and that, to not panic people so that you're pushing them towards them buying off the scalpers, okay? Think of what you're saying when you're saying you might not get one till next year. Think of the people who are so exhausted that if they hear that, You could be the one that sends a lot of people to the scalpers, and you could be the one, by your information, the way you say it, could be the one that's causing more and more shortages rather than the chips themselves. And for those who are still trying, don't worry, it's not the end of the month yet. And as soon as this end month, the next month, spring's coming, the 20th of March, the birds are starting to sing, it's getting lighter. Everybody's been getting the injections, the second injection wave. Things will start to open slowly, slowly. Everyone will start to be able to fight the pandemic, and you'll be able to get your PlayStation 5. I can promise you that 100%. Just keep yourself safe, keep your family safe, and please, please, remember you are good enough. It's just, you can't beat machines all the time, but this time could be your time. And if it's not, the next time. From me and Guardians Adventures, we shall see you soon, where you will actually see me live doing Astro's Playroom. I apologise right now for the languages that's going to come out my mouth. I better put it not for kids, because I don't know what's going to happen. But apparently it's supposed to be nice. But again, I didn't want to watch anything on YouTube because I didn't want spoilers. And I'll let you know about the interface and everything. And hopefully I can hear your stories on how you got your Xboxes or your PlayStation 5. And are you getting the full kit, or are you waiting, or are you going to get the Xbox Series X and S's new headset? If you don't know about it, go onto YouTube. There's people already talking about it. It looks really good. It looks just as good as the PlayStation ones, if not better, because it's got, see, I'll miss the microphone thing. That's what I would miss, because it's a part of the gaming, isn't it? Putting the microphone on, talking inside, it makes it more personal, more cozy. So anyway, I'll let you know about all this, if it's worth it or not. But thank you so much, guys, for spending some time with me today. And like I said, it's my birthday tomorrow, so maybe I'll play Astro's Playroom online for you guys. And it is hard work. But is it worth it? Definitely. Okay, guys, stay safe, keep your family safe, and I'll see you next time.